Hi, hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Quisha, aka Paperback Shawty. How you doing? You alright? I'm good, y'all. The time has come for the next week of reading something. This week is the week I'm most excited for. This is where my heart resides. This is what I like. We are reading holiday thrillers. Suspenseful, scary, creepy, spooky. I have 4 books here. I know I'm not going to be able to read 4 books. If you watched the last vlog, 3 is my limit. We're going to go through them, pick them out. If you want to read some spooky holiday books with me, you want to know my thoughts, my experience, keep watching. La 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 la, la 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 la. Alright, y'all, couple of things. Number 1, no mic. I'm not using the microphone. That was crazy. That was too much work. That was not fun for me. And I felt like I couldn't just turn on the camera and talk. I don't like that. And then sometimes the mic would work and then sometimes it wouldn't. No, I can't do that. Anyway, I was going to say these, I might not be able to get through 3 of these in a week, but maybe I will because I'll be so in love with them that I'll just speed read. You know what I'm saying? Like, just trying to figure out what happened. So maybe that'll happen. I don't know. Let's go through the books. It's going to be really hard to choose. I really want to read all of these. I'm going to read all of these this month regardless, but for this vlog, we're only going to pick 3. I don't know why I'm out of breath. Hold on. The first book up is The Winter People by Jennifer McMahon. I have no idea what this is about. I don't know what any of these are about. I can't remember what any of these are about. I did read the back of the book at some point in time, but as y'all know, if you've watched Paperback Problems, you know there's no way I can remember all those books. So please forgive me, but we're going to experience this together. I think that's the best way to do it anyway. West Hall, Vermont has always been a town of strange disappearances and old legends. The most mysterious is that Sarah Harrison Shea, who in 1908 was found dead in a field behind her house just months after the tragic death of her daughter. Now in the present day, 19-year-old Ruthie lives in Sarah's farmhouse with her mother Alice and her young sister Fawn. Alice has always insisted that they live off the grid, a decision that has weighty consequences when Ruthie wakes up one morning to find that Alice has vanished. Oh Lord. In her search for clues, she is startled to find a copy of Sarah Harrison Shea's diary hidden beneath the floorboards of her mother's bedroom. As Ruthie gets sucked into the historical mystery, she discovers she's not the only person looking for someone they've lost, but she may be the only one who can stop history from repeating itself. Now, everybody has been saying how good this book is. I've been wanting to read this book for so long, so I feel like now's the perfect time. I saw somewhere that this is set in the winter. Do I know that for sure? No. But let's find out. We Used to Live Here by Marcus Clyworth. There's nothing worse than uninvited guests, period. As a young queer couple who flip houses, Charlie and Eve can't believe the killer deal they've just gotten on an old property in a can't believe the killer deal they've just gotten on an old property in a picturesque neighborhood. Now, if the deal is too good, then the deal is too good to be true. While Eve works on the house one day, there's a knock on the door. A man stands there with his family, claiming to have lived there before and asking whether it would be alright if he showed his kids around. No. People pleaser to a fault, Eve lets them in. As soon as the strangers enter their home, inexplicable things start to happen. The family's youngest child goes missing, and a ghostly presence materializes in the basement. Even weirder, the family can't seem to take the hint that their visit should be over. And when Charlie suddenly vanishes, Eve slowly loses her grip on reality. Something is terribly wrong with the house and with the visiting family. Or is Eve just imagining things? Eve, no, you're not imagining things. Something's happening with these people in this house. Alright, so far these... Wait, was that set in the winter or not? Why was this listed as winter? I don't know if this is winter or not. I guess we'll find out. I mean, the trees kind of indicate, right? This Thing Between Us by Gus Moreno. This has been on my TBR for over a year. Now again, I don't know if this is really set in the winter either. These were on lists when I did a search of like wintry thriller horror books. These were on that list and I just looked through what I had and I picked those books. I do have some backups if these are not set in the winter. Ever since Vera and Thygo bought the Itza. What's an Itza? Life has gotten strange. The ads for the world's most advanced smart speaker didn't mention scratching in the walls. Scratching in these all creepy houses. Okay, scratching in the walls, eerie music in the dead of night, or peculiar packages. Who ordered industrial strength lye? Get out of these houses. It's weird but amusing. Right up until Vera is killed and Thygo's world becomes unbearable, the only thing left to do is get as far away from Chicago as possible. But Thygo soon realizes that there is no escape, not from his guilt, not from his anger, and not from the evil hunting him, feeding on his pain, looking for a way into this world. Oh y'all, this one is scary. A startling, darkly funny horror novel about grief and rage, the loneliness of living between cultures, and the all too real oppressive intimacy of technology. Ooh. In a village of lies, death comes with the snow. No. A village of secrets. Yorkshire, 1952. Christmas is fast approaching when a dead stranger is found lodged up the chimney of Holly House in the snow-covered village of Elderberry. Is he a simple thief or a would-be killer? A mystery that can't be solved. Ooh, I love a mystery. Inspector Frank Rasby is ordered to investigate, but as is often the way for him, things don't go according to plan. A Christmas to Remember. When the local doctor's husband is murdered, Rasby begins to realize that everyone in Elderberry is hiding something. I like to be nosy in a little town. If he can't uncover the truth soon, the whole county will pay a dreadful price. This is giving, I'm blanking out. Agatha Christie is giving Agatha Christie. So those are our choices. Y'all already know the two for sure I want to read is Murder at Holly House and This Thing Between Us. These, yeah. I'm kind of being pulled towards We Used to Live Here. It's just something about people coming into your home and acting crazy that I like to read about. Because if it was me, that's how I like to read these, because I wouldn't be doing it. I already know, but we'll see. Maybe these people are smart in this one. So these are the three books. We Used to Live Here, This Thing Between Us, and Murder at Holly House. Y'all, I'm excited. I'm gonna settle, I'm gonna relax for a little bit, and we're gonna come back and start one of these books. Wait, let's figure it out right now. Which one do I want to start first? I think I'm gonna start with We Used to Live Here. We'll do Murder at Holly House last. I feel like this one might be the lightest. This one seems like it's gonna be funny, but with very serious points, I think. We'll do this one in the middle. And we're gonna start We Used to Live Here very shortly. BRB. It's time. Yombi? We gotta find a spooky, gothic, holiday vibe. What's this? How do we feel about it? Let me see if this is available on KU. I don't think it is. What is Libby talking about? How long? Alright, I'm gonna just place a hold on Libby. Maybe it'll become available, maybe it won't. If it does, then I'll get the Kindle edition. Let me check Hoopla. I don't know why I'm doing that, but let me just... I didn't think so. I'll pick a bookmark later. I don't want to get up. Y'all, I'm comfy, I'm cozy. I'm wearing red striped PJs. 'Tis the season. Not a map. Oh, we got a house map. This isn't really a map. Oh. Oh, it is. Why is this closet circled? Oh, y'all, this stuff's going on. I'm not about to investigate that. She's describing the kids. Cold blue eyes and platinum blonde hair. Just like their mother. Okay, it's a cold night. Maybe it's winter. Okay, period. The next sentence. Winter was out there. We can continue. See, and there's a forest in the back. The surrounding forest echoed with creaks and groans as the slow mountain breeze swept across the yard and brushed over her face. It was a cold night. By the forest? These people are trying to come inside. I don't know you. There was no vehicle. Nothing by the old cricket shed. Nothing by the old cricket shed at the edge of the woods. She looked down the long winding driveway. Nothing. So how did they get there? They were in the middle of nowhere. This is already starting off crazy. I'm on page 3. It's already like, no, she's noticing the signs. She's seeing things. You know, maybe I've been reading too many vampire books, but are these people vampires? Are these people vampires? They're trying to get an invite in. Don't invite them in.
Tomorrow.
Hello, happy Tuesday. Let's start the day off right. Y'all know the vibes, okay? Cheers. Happy Tuesday. When will these get easier? I am still wearing my pajamas from last night. I don't have any meetings until later in the afternoon, and then I will refresh. I will look a little bit better later on. I made a cute dent last night. This is really good. This is really good. Really creepy, really spooky. What is going on? Because of the back of the book, they have not been able to get rid of these people yet. I'm just afraid for what's about to happen. Like, what is going on? Wait, I already actually kind of forgot something that I read in the back. Oh my gosh. Now you see, didn't I just read the back yesterday? This is why I consider myself going into books blind all the time. I just read this last night and I already forgot what is about to take place. And reading that just now made me so nervous. I kind of wish I wouldn't have read that because I did forget about that. Oh my gosh, y'all, too much is about to happen. Okay. So Eve's partner, Charlie, finally made it back to the house. And of course, there's weird-ass people in the house. And then things just start taking a turn. I'm not going to say everything because I do want to keep this somewhat spoiler-free. So, of course, the people are staying at their house. And Charlie is talking to Eve about it. This is also written in third person. That doesn't bother me at all. I've come to realize I don't mind third POV. But I know a lot of people don't like reading third POV. So I am going to mention that just in case that matters to you. Me, I'm eating it up, okay? Y'all, this is really good. We might, can we finish this today? I don't know. I mean, the way I'm reading, I must know. Okay, so Eve is talking to Charlie because she's like catching her up to speed. You know, why did you let these people in? And so Charlie was like, she said my prediction last night. Eve says, I never should have invited them in. Charlie scoffed. You think they're vampires? Eve said, maybe. Like, that's what I'm saying. Are they vampires? Now that I've read a little bit more, I don't think it's giving vampires, but something is definitely going on. And then it's mentioned that Eve doesn't really have like a lot of photos of her. Eve is our main character. When they started dating, Eve had been notoriously camera shy, still was. Charlie even joked that there were less than 0 photos of her in existence. Why aren't there any photos of you? Aside from her driver's license and the blurry backgrounds of parties and family get-togethers. Eve, who are you? I'm suspicious of everyone. I'm suspicious of everyone. I'm going to stop reading the back. Oh, I just already glanced, but I wish I wouldn't have read the back just now. But I want to make sure I didn't give y'all any spoilers. This is about to get crazy because on the back of the book, it says that Charlie goes missing. Charlie is what we need. Charlie is the voice of reason. Eve doesn't like to speak up. She's a people pleaser. Charlie is like getting down to the bottom. She's calling people out. She's asking important questions. Eve is not doing any of that. We need Charlie. And of course they're going to take away the source. Of course they're going to take that away from us. I'm nervous. I'm curious as to how Charlie's going to go missing. I'm about to get back into it. I hope I can get a good chunk of this read on my lunch break. Cool. Now see, what's going on in the basement? We don't have basements here in Florida. We don't have to deal with this. Basement activities? Nah. The basement door was cracked open. The rather innocuous sight triggered a flood of questions. Wasn't it closed before? Had Jenny snuck down there to look for her pen to hide? Oh, Lord. Don't go down there. Don't you do it. A shadowy figure at the bottom of the stairs is looking at you and they do that head tilt. Run. The head tilt? Child size. Hell nah. It's not blinking. Go to bed. No.
Tomorrow.
I do have news. We will be finishing this tonight. I only have this much more to go. Y'all, this book is really good. It is so creepy. The main character is making dumb decisions, but that's what they always do. I don't know what's going on, but I know that it's creepy. I really like the writing. I'm on edge. I'm hooked. Let's finish this book. I don't know if I'm going to start the next book tonight. We'll probably just start it tomorrow. Also, I forgot to mention that there's no chapter numbers, but in between each chapter, there's little snippets of random things. Well, I have a feeling they're all going to link into something, and it kind of already is, but there's like police reports, band flyers, chat forums, just random things that I know are all going to mean something. Whatever you want to call these little inserts are so interesting. The one that I'm on right now is description. Transcribed from Psychology and Practice magazine. So like a magazine transcription. Esteemed psychologist fired after absurd claims. Draft 2. Trondheim, Norway. February 17, 1989. Dr. Bjorn? Dr. Bjorn Eriksson has been let go from, alright, Svel University's Department of Psychology after refusing to back down on outlandish claims. Details are still developing, but sources say he's began to believe one of his delusional patients was actually experiencing real events. Ciao. Nobody's here, Wilbur. So she's asking all these very valid questions in her head, right? You know, question this, question that. Eve ignored the questions. Her legs carried her forward. Now, Eve! A vibration in her pocket caught her off guard. It was the phone, the one she'd stolen. Without thinking, she pulled it out. Unknown caller. Ah! That truly is a fright. Getting an unknown call, that is truly terrifying. Oh my gosh. If I were alone in a snowy cabin, I would be very afraid reading this. Luckily, I'm in sunny Florida. I just think about what's going on truly outside, and I'm like, okay, I'm not here. But this is very creepy. I am genuinely like, you know, like, what's going on? Bitch, if you don't run. Every fiber in her being once again screamed run, yet she continued creeping forward. Girl! This writing is very descriptive. So this is a flashback. Listen to this. So she enters a room and it's very smelly. The smell hit her like a wall, a stench so powerful it dredged up a flash jolt memory. As a child walking home from school, she'd accidentally stepped on a dead sparrow with a wet squelch. Her red gumboot burst the bird's stomach open, unleashing a mess of bleach white maggots onto the sun-baked sidewalk. Very vivid. I can truly imagine it. I can smell it. The odor was so strong, so foul, she could taste it. Only now, the stench seeping out from that room was somehow worse, more pungent. And someone was standing in the far corner. See, this is why I am not in these books, because this book would only be one page. If I were the main character in this book, this would be a one-page book. As the anxiety-ridden woman walked into the house for the first time, she sensed something was off. She left and never returned. The end. This is too much. It's too much. It's too much. Not a countdown. Oh! What is this countdown for? She reached for the knob and hesitated. Something told her it might not be a good idea. But this is what I'm talking about. This is very intense. Ugh. This is gross. I'm eating it up. Now who the hell is this? Oh, hell no. Child. Wow. I'm not going to rate this yet. I need to have a think. It's either 5 stars or 4.5 stars. I was thoroughly spooked. Genuinely. It was creepy, gory, disgusting, really, really good writing. This was good. I'm going to save my official rating for the end of the vlog, but just know I ate this up. Tomorrow we start book 2. See you then.
Tomorrow.
Hello, happy Thursday. It's time to start the next book, This Thing Between Us by Gus Moreno. Alright, what is this about again? Ever since Vera and Thygo bought the Itza, life has gotten strange. The ads for the world's most advanced smart speaker didn't mention scratching in the walls, eerie music in the dead of night, or peculiar packages. Who ordered industrial strength lye? Oh yeah. It's weird but amusing right up until Vera is killed and Thygo's world becomes unbearable. The only thing left to do is get as far away from Chicago as possible. But Thygo soon realizes there's no escape. Not from his guilt, not from his anger, not from the evil hunting him. Feeding on his pain, looking for a way into this world. We're switching locations. We're switching the scenery. I'm getting out of this room tonight. There is a silent reading event tonight in Tampa, so we're gonna go there. I'm going with Sharonda. It's at the same brewery as last time. I'm getting there early. I'm getting there on time. I'm gonna be one of the first ones there. I might even have to help them set up with how early I'm gonna be there tonight. I'm not playing any games. I want to get a good seat. I want a cute table. Last time we were at a pop-up table, it ended up being a lot of fun, especially with the people we sat with, but I want a cutie table. table. So that's what we're gonna do tonight. I'm gonna bring my camera. Hopefully, if we get the right table and it's a little bit private, because last time I wasn't trying to film too much because I didn't want people in the vlog that didn't, you know, consent to being on the vlog. So hopefully we get our own table and that way I can bring out the camera. Otherwise, y'all know the deal. It's phone footage from that point forward, but I'm gonna try my best. I'm bringing the camera. We shall see. Oh, also, I probably won't be able to update you on the book because it is silent reading. I can't talk while we're reading or anything. So I'll probably update y'all when we get back home tonight. Those are the plans. I'm so excited to be leaving the house tonight. I'm wearing green because 'tis is the season. It's gonna be a little cool, so I am gonna bring a sweater, but I'm so excited. Let's go. I love it. It's fine. I feel like I'm reading so much more now because of it. Yeah. Just like whipping out. There's something, I read so much faster on the Kindle. There's something about it. I'll get a color soft. Maybe. I think for graphic novels, it would be really good.
True, yeah.
But other than that, I mean, it's just like the front part. That's the color. And then when you read the book, it's
and then the highlighting.
Oh, wait. I kind of like that. All right, y'all. Sharonda's here. Do you want to say hi? You want to say hi to the vlog? Hello. I am confident enough. The camera's out. Y'all, look at this bookmark Sharonda gave me. It's from a mutual. I actually met her at the Ring Shout event. And we went to go follow each other, and turns out we were already following each other. But anyway, this is her bookmark. I'll put her shop in the description box. Check her out. You like to read as far as like spicy stuff, and I'm like, well, the only book that came to mind, I was like, I like almost damn near every scene in Savage Blooms. Why did he download the audiobook? I'm like, are you taking notes? I said, I don't want to do that.
It's too much in my business.
No, I didn't know he was going to go do it. Here's the thing, I didn't like it because that's what I want to do. I like it because I like reading that, and I like reading them doing that. But I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. All right, y'all, it is now silent reading time.
Didn't know all of the technically.
I got 50 pages read. Y'all, this book is definitely interesting. I like this because it feels like it's about to be like a Black Mirror episode or something. I want to know how this led to this woman's death. We gotta investigate. Sharonda and I got pizza. They have really good pizza here. Well, if it's as good as the last time, she returned my book. She also did not love. Y'all, I'm not alone. Huh?
No hot honey?
I think it's like drizzled across. Or is it not? Hold on. Let me see yours. If I would have started with this book, I don't know. It's starting off not as good as the first book. We used to live here, started off like creepy immediately. And this one is giving more like modern Black Mirror vibes, which I don't mind at all. But
it was kind of fun. Like for non-read.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. I mean, I see. Okay, this is not a spoiler or anything. So they got like a Bluetooth speaker, and this is Spanish, but it's called like Itza. It's definitely like Alexa. So they got Itza, and then I guess shortly after they got the Itza, his wife died. And I think that what the Itza did led to his wife's death. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at so far, because he's like, oh, the Itza didn't set the alarm. The morning that you died, you were late, and we'll see. I don't know. I just felt like the first book was just straight creepy, straight spooky, straight winter. Also, this doesn't feel wintry. I can't tell the season yet. But if it's not giving winter, y'all, we will switch books.
2 hours later.
I am back home. Let's do a debrief. I won't be taking my makeup off during this debrief because I'm out of micellar water. I can't believe it. So there's no makeup takedown because I don't have anything to like wipe it off with. But I will be using in a few minutes this CeraVe makeup cleansing balm. This is the first cleansing balm that I don't like. I've tried quite a few cleansing balms. I've tried the e.l.f. one. I've tried the Burst one. I've tried the Tatcha one. I actually have a pile of empties that I'm going to be filming tomorrow. It is so many empties. Pretty much since April, a huge box of empties that I'm going to be talking about. If you're interested in that, I will be filming it for my other channel that I haven't posted on in months. But the time has come. I have to talk. I must talk about my empties. This Clinique one is really good. Clinique Take the Day Off. Really like that one. I was quite shocked off that I don't like this CeraVe one because I love everything CeraVe, but not this. It doesn't wash off very easily. Like, it just stays on the face. It doesn't take off the makeup and then you can just wash it off as easily as the other ones. This one kind of stays on and is quite difficult to wash off, so I don't like this one. A little bit of a makeup moment for you. Anyway, the rest of the night, y'all, it was a really good night. This is my second silent reading event and I like this one better than the last one simply because it wasn't as crowded. There weren't as many people and there were places to sit and the food came out faster. It was just a lot better than the last time, although the last time was a lot of fun too because I did meet new people and stuff like that, but this one just was kind of more chill and I liked it for those reasons. As far as the book, I like the book, but I'm not getting winter. I don't know why this was in my winter recommendations. The last book was very much winter because they were in the snow and in the woods and all that, and this one, they're just in New York. And you know what? That doesn't mean anything, but it's like they're in New York, but I can't tell what season it is. So y'all, I don't know. What do? We did have a backup book called The Winter People. So maybe we'll switch books and we'll just extend the week. I'm only saying it's a week because that's who says that I have to do this for a week. So I'm gonna read the book a little bit more tonight and a little bit tomorrow, you know, just to gauge if it's really giving winter, and if it's not, we have to make an executive decision and move on to the next book. And what I think I'm gonna do if we don't end up reading this book, I do want to read the book. The book is really good. It's not giving me that wintry feeling that I'm looking for. I get the horror. I see where this is about to get creepy and spooky and scary, but I don't see where I'm not feeling cold. That's the debrief for the night. I'm trying to think if I have anything else to say, y'all. I think that's it. I will leave y'all with that, and I will see you tomorrow. Good night.
Tomorrow.
Hi, happy Friday. It's Friday evening. I am already in PJs and it is 5:32 p.m. Again, I believe I did this also in the last vlog. This is me. This is what I do. If I know I'm not leaving for the day, I put on my PJs. I'm not going anywhere. But I have an announcement to make. Y'all, we gotta pivot for a couple of reasons. One, I don't know that this is a winter themed book, and I don't want to read any more at this point in time. I think I'm at the 20% mark. It's too sad. This is sad. I see little points of humor, but not enough for me to want to continue to read this. I don't want to feel like this right now. I'm trying to be scared. I don't want to be sad. And this is making me very sad. It's too red. I will come back to this book because it is really good. I really like the author's writing. It's super descriptive and super unique, the comparisons that he makes in the book. I really like that, but this is not the vibe for the moment. So we're gonna put a pause on this. Like, of course, did I say how you pronounce his name? It's Thiago. I pronounced it wrong. I said Thiago. It's Thiago. Thiago is going through it and it's making me sad. You know, he's going through the grief of losing his wife and it just happened and I can't take it. We're gonna do The Winter People. This is clearly winter and this is a thriller. Now, what was this one about again? West Hall, Vermont has always been a town of strange disappearances and old legends. The most mysterious is that of Sarah Harrison Shea, who in 1908 was found dead in the field behind her house just months after the tragic death of her daughter. I hope this one isn't sad as well. I know this is like horror thriller, so hopefully that part is just not the main point. Now in the present day, 19-year-old Ruthie lives in Sarah's farmhouse with her mother, Alice, and her younger sister, Fawn. Alice has always insisted that they live off the grid, a decision that has weighty consequences when Ruthie wakes up one morning to find that Alice has vanished. In her search for clues, she is startled to find a copy of Sarah Harrison Shea's diary hidden beneath the floorboards of her mother's bedroom. As Ruthie gets sucked into the historical mystery, she discovers that she's not the only person looking for someone they've lost, but she may be the only one who can stop history from repeating itself. All right, let's get into it. A riddle. Bury deep, pile on stones, yet I will dig up the bones. What am I? Answer. Memories. Visitors from the Other Side, The Secret Diary of Sarah Harrison Shea. From an introduction by the editor, Amelia Larkin. My beloved aunt Sarah Harrison Shea was brutally murdered in the winter of 1908. She was 31 years old. Shortly after her death, I gathered all of the diary pages and journals I was able to locate, pulling them out of dozens of clever hiding places throughout her house. She understood the danger these pages put her in. Auntie was up to something. It then became my task over the next year to organize the entries and shape them into a book. I soon realized that the story these pages tell could change everything we think we understand about life and death. Oh. I also contend the most important entries, the ones with the most shocking secrets and revelations, were contained in the final pages of her diary, written only hours before her death. These pages have not yet been found. January 29, 1908. The first time I saw a sleeper, I was 9 years old. A sleeper? Child, what's going on? What's going on? I'm here with an update. I've read about 80 pages of this. This is good. This is what I'm in the mood for. I'm gonna eat this up. This is creepy. This is spooky. This is definitely more, to me, this feels more like a thriller, which I love. Yeah, I'm feeling very blessed to have been able to switch to another book, because the other one, The Mood, I'm so sad I do have to take a break. Well, I'm not sad because I'm excited for what I'm about to do, but I'm sad to be leaving the book for now. I'm taking a break. I have a girls call with my friends. We do a FaceTime call, and tonight we have a little theme. We're wearing Christmas pajamas and we're building gingerbread houses. I got this mini cookie house. I wouldn't call this gingerbread. This is a Christmas cookie house. The quality is going to be questionable. I got this from Five Below the other day. It was only $4 and it's cute. Regardless, I'm going to eat the cookies and just dip it in the icing if things don't go well, but I'm going to try my best and it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, going to take a little bit of a break from the book. Hopefully I'm not too sleepy after our call. I'll have enough energy and not be too tired and we can get back to this. This is good. So basically what I've gathered so far is, yes, I read the backlit book, but y'all, terrible things are happening in this area. We don't know what the cause is, but people are going missing. It's hopping times, which I like. I love a good time hop. I don't want to give too much away. All I can say is it's really good and I'm eating it up. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break and do an activity, and then I'll see y'all in a little bit.
Tomorrow.
Hi, happy Saturday. It's already been a day and it's 1 o'clock. I'm at the 38% mark in this book. This is very, very good. I have about 40 minutes to read before I have to head to a Pilates class. And then after Pilates, I have to get freshed up and we're leaving again. I'm meeting my friend Jen down in St. Pete. I haven't seen her in years. She is an old school friend and we worked at Tilted Kilt, Irish Hooters together. Yeah, and I haven't seen her in some years. It'll just be really good to catch up with her. I'm excited to see her. We're going to a place called the Glass Noodle. I'm so excited. I'm in the mood for some pho, so I think that's what I'm gonna get. I've already looked at the menu. That's on the agenda for today, and when I get back from hanging out with her, hopefully it's not too late and we can, I don't want to say finish the book, but make a really good dent into it. That's the goal for today. This memory card is filling up. Before this cuts off on me, I'm about to read for about 40 minutes and I'll update y'all after Pilates. Well, let me say quickly, I'm very interested to see how these 3 different women's lives sync up together. Where are we getting at? What's gonna happen? Because right now we have, as we read on the back, the one woman's daughter died, and now we have, in the present day, Ruthie, her mom is missing. So we have those 2 things, and then we also introduce a third POV. I'm not sure how she gets involved. It is very interesting. It's not creepy. It's definitely more of a thriller, but even more so mystery. That's what it's giving. I'm not quite scared yet. Just a little bit like, what's going on here? People are missing. So that's what's going on. I'm gonna read a little bit and then I'll see you after Pilates. So my friend's running about 10 minutes late, y'all. Look at what's right next to the glass noodle. I think I might pop in. I think I might just have a little browse.
$12 midnight.
Y'all, why is it almost 1 a.m.? You see that? What's going on? One thing I love to do is get around an old friend and yap it up to the max. And we did exactly that. Such a good night. So we went to the glass noodle. I didn't get any footage of my food. I was so hungry. There was no time. I didn't eat anything all day. That is my bad. Yeah, I had beef pho and like these steak skewers. Lesson. Delicious food. And then we walked up and down the street a bunch talking, and then we decided to pop into the book lounge. It was Jen's first time and she thought it was so cute, so we sat there, had a glass of wine, and yapped for hours until they closed. And then we walked out on the street and proceeded to yap for like another hour. Let me give you an update on the book because I did do the audio on the drive there. Let me see how far I got. I am at the 50% mark. I am confident that I'm going to finish the book tomorrow. Now, the next move after that is after we finish this book, do we just keep the good vibes going regardless that it's going to go past a week because tomorrow is Sunday? I think we do because I really want to read The Murder at the Holly House. I really want to read that, and if you don't mind, if you want to hang out with me for a little bit longer, if you don't mind that while the title of this video says that I did this for a week, I truly did not, and you're okay with that, we're going to keep the good vibes rolling and read the next book because I want to read the next book. So those are the plans. I'm going to read a little bit more tonight, see how much farther I can get. I don't know if I'm going to put the camera on though, because it is 1 a.m. and I am tired and I just want to be cool and chill and cute and not have lights on when I read. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap it up for the night and I will see y'all fresh. I was going to say bright and early, but that is a lie. My body woke me up at 9:30 this morning, so I'm assuming that'll be the time I wake up tomorrow. But regardless, I'll see y'all sometime tomorrow. Good night.
2 weeks later.
So it's 2026. Some weeks have passed since I last left you, but here's what happened. Y'all, it's truly been a journey. If you did not see my community post, I took my laptop with me to Indiana because I did not finish editing my holiday romance vlog in time. So I was like, let's just bring the laptop. We'll edit when we get there, post the video the day after Christmas, right? No problem, no problem, right?
Right.
Y'all, I was editing my little booty off, okay? I was editing so much hours taken away from my in-laws to edit the vlog. I was at the last 5 minutes of editing. Right before I did the B-roll of the tree, like right up in there, y'all. The end was nigh. I could see the end. It was like 2 a.m. Ciao. And then all of a sudden, Final Cut Pro started freezing up. I said, oh hell no, like this can't be.
Oh no, this can't be.
So I was like, you know what, let me take a pause. I need to rest and then we'll work on it in the morning. I woke up in the morning, it was still freezing. I couldn't even open Final Cut Pro and click anything without it freezing. Couldn't even get it open. Couldn't save my work. the 8 hours I had spent editing that day was gone. The Wi-Fi wasn't the greatest where we were, so I was very upset. I made a community post letting y'all know that my holiday romance vlog would be up sometime in January when I could get home and get on the phone with Apple and hunker down and get that done, because I really didn't want to take any more time away from being with my in-laws. I pumped the brakes, and then when I got home that next day, baby, I was on the phone. Me and Mike from Apple were figuring it out, and we figured out the problem. The last clip, which was like about 4 hours of work, damaged. So I just cut the clip. Luckily, I had the raw footage and I re-edited. I spent all that day re-editing. And y'all, on top of that, I was sick. I became ill while I was in Indiana. The super flu, whatever that was going around, and I got a flu shot. It still came for me and it got me. I was sick, my vlog wasn't working, I was out of town, I was stressed. I wasn't depressed, but I was definitely stressed about that vlog. So that vlog got up. I was also gonna film me reading the final book, but I was in no mood to film. The attitude wasn't there. Was I reading? Yeah, I was reading quite a bit. Let's talk about the books that I read. Wait, is that everything that I want to say about that? And then we got back home on New Year's Day and we were sick. I'm just now getting over it. I still have a bit of a cough, but y'all, I was down and out. I don't get sick very often, so when I do, it truly is like the end of the world. Like, I couldn't take it. Yeah, but we are back and we're gonna finish the last book. I wanted to do like 2 books because I'm replacing the last book. Why are you replacing so many books in this vlog? It's not that we're replacing it, it's just my Libby hold became available and I really want to read this book, so we're just gonna do a swap. I might do a bonus. I don't know. Like, is this vlog gonna be too long? I don't know. I don't even remember what happened in the other 2 books. Well, I remember we used to live here and the Winter People ate those right on up. 4 stars for the both of them. I don't know if I gave them ratings. 4 stars. 4.5 for the Winter People, honestly. That book was good. I don't have the physical copy anymore. I loaned it out to my sister-in-law while I was in Indiana. Speaking of my sister-in-law, this is the book that became available to me on Libby. This is her book. She sent this to me in 2025 in like March or April or something. I was like, I can't read this during that time. So we're gonna read this now. Well, I did start already. I read the prologue and then like, right? I just read the prologue. I believe I just read the prologue. I'm also borrowing this from Libby so I can read it on my Kindle. Y'all know I don't like hardback. Paperback Shawty. Paperback Shawty. Okay? Yeah, I'm 4% in. I read the prologue and then the first chapter. I don't know what this is about. I just know I just know that it's another thriller and I'm quite interested already. It's giving me, I love a historical. I love a good historical vibe. We're gonna read The Frozen River by Ariel Lawn. I just know that's gonna be good if my sister-in-law sent it to me. She has really good taste in books. I've liked every book that she's recommended to me. She was the one, even though I already owned the book, I wasn't gonna read it anytime soon, but she was the one that got me to expedite my reading of One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I cried like a baby. Check that vlog out. She also recommended Atmosphere, another Taylor Jenkins Reid. I don't have Atmosphere, but I do own After I Do, so I'm thinking I might do a reading vlog for that. I don't know, y'all. She be making me cry. Taylor Jenkins Reid be making me cry. I'm going off on a tangent. All right, The Frozen River. 448 pages. GMA Book Club pick. Fans of Outlander's Claire, and I love me some Claire. Claire! I am ready to start Outlander again. I'm like a couple of seasons behind on Outlander, but I love me some Outlander. And if this is giving Outlander vibes, I'm going to eat this right the fuck up. Maine, 1789, when the Kennebec River freezes, entombing a man in the ice, Martha Ballard is summoned to examine the body and determine the cause of death. As a midwife and healer, she is privy to much of what goes on behind closed doors in Hallowell. She know the tea. Her diary is a record of every birth and death, crime and debacle that unfolds in the close-knit community. Months earlier, Martha documented the details of an alleged rape committed by 2 of the town's most respected gentlemen, one of whom has now been found dead in the ice. But when a local physician undermines her conclusion, declaring the death to be an accident, Martha is forced to investigate the shocking murder on her own. Okay, Nancy Drew. Over the course of one winter, as the trial nears and whispers and prejudices mount, Martha doggedly pursues the truth. Her diary soon lands at the center of the scandal, implicating those she loves and compelling Martha to decide where her own loyalties lie. Ooh, 2, clever, layered, and subversive, Ariel Lyon's newest offering introduces an unsung heroine who refused to accept anything less than justice at a time when women were considered to be seen and not heard. The Frozen River is a thrilling, tense, and tender story about a remarkable woman who left an unparalleled legacy yet remains nearly forgotten to this day. Is this based off a true story? So that's what we're gonna read. It got me right away. It started off with her delivering a baby. I think it was the lady's 3rd or 4th daughter, and the husband was back in the workshop waiting to see if he had a son or not, and he did not, and he seemed angry. I wasn't really feeling that part. So then she goes to sleep and she's woken up in the night, and I'm assuming they're about to take her to the river where the man is. So I haven't even gotten to the frozen river yet. So that is what we're gonna read. Murder at Holly House is still a TBD for this vlog. I still very much want to read that. I just don't know if I'm gonna have enough time to read it and get the vlog up in a timely manner. So that is my worry, but we're gonna see, because I really want to read the both of these books to finish off my official wintry holiday reads. Thank you so much for sticking by me, and thank you for watching this vlog. I hope it's been entertaining. I don't remember. Let's talk a little bit about what I read while I was on vacation and the things that I did and whatnot and so on and so forth, because I really didn't film much. I took little clips here and there. I did get books. Let's do a book haul. Wait. I did get books. While I was in Indiana, I went on a hike. I am being one with nature. I am being a girl of the woods. I visited a bookstore. We're visiting a bookstore. This is called Second Flight Books. It's like a little house. I think they thrift books. They sell new and used books. So I'm gonna look around. I definitely have to get at least one book because I have to get my passport stamped, my book passport. So I do have to get a book. So let's go take a look. I have that book. I have it and I read it. It's about BDSM. An amazing bookstore my sister-in-law took me to. I'm so glad I don't live there because they would be seeing me on a very regular basis. The selection they had was so incredible. A mix of used and new books, just amazing. Second Flight Books in Lafayette, Indiana. Here's my little stamp. I still have to fill it out, but I got my passport stamped. So I did have to buy books. I did. Let's go over the haul. Book Lovers by Emily Henry. My sister-in-law got this for me for Christmas. I've only read Beach Read. I think this is the next one up after Beach Read, right? I don't know, but I do plan to read the Emily Henrys in order. And then from Second Flight Books, I got 3 books. This book was only 50 cents. It's called Sirens. Dana Whitney is on the verge of winning an Oscar for her role in a controversial terror film. Suddenly, she finds her private life invaded by a nightmare that matches the script. From the shadowy corners of Manhattan to the glitter of Beverly Hills, Sirens unfolds a world of sex, passion, and drugs. A world where violence is the very essence of life and power is the ultimate aphrodisiac. Her art is imitating life. Into it. 50 cents. Then I took a picture of this book because I wasn't going to buy it, and then I couldn't not buy it. The Hour of the Witch by Chris Bajalian. I don't know, something about this cover really got me, and this book was $6.99. It says a grab you by the throat suspense read that both historical fiction fans and thriller lovers will devour. Like, y'all, that's me. Boston, 1662. While Mary Deerfield might have had many suitors in England, in the New World, she is merely the second wife of the cruel and powerful Thomas Deerfield. When Thomas drives a fork into the back of her hand, she's determined to divorce him, period. But in a world where neighbors constantly constantly watch for signs of the devil. Mary, who harbors secret desires and struggles to tolerate the colony's brazen hypocrisy, soon becomes an object of suspicion. They think she a witch, child. Once tainted objects are discovered in her garden and a boy she has treated with herbs dies, Mary must fight to escape not only her marriage but also the gallows. A twisting, tightly plotted novel of historical suspense from one of our greatest storytellers. Hour of the Witch is a timely and terrifying story of socially sanctioned brutality and the original American witch hunt. Y'all trying to hunt witches? So I had to get that. And then the new book that I got, I've seen this book around and I did not realize that this was 2 books. I've never read a book like this where you flip it and you read it like upside down and backwards. Like, y'all, I didn't know that. I've only seen this cover. I didn't know. So I got Stephen Graham Jones' Killer on the Road. This is the one that I knew about, Killer on the Road. The Babysitter Lives. I'm so excited to read this. I will do a reading vlog for this, y'all. You flip the book. How do they do it? The Killer on the Road. 18-year-old Harper has decided to run away from home after having another blowout argument with her mother. However, her 2 best friends, little sister, and ex-boyfriend all stop her from hitchhiking her way up to Route 80 in Wyoming by joining her on an intervention disguised as a road trip. What they don't realize is that Harper has been marked by a very unique serial killer who's been trawling the highway for the past 3 years, and now the killer is after all of them in this fast-paced and deadly chase where the interstate becomes a graveyard. Yes! The Babysitter Lives. When high school senior Charlotte agrees to babysit the Wilbanks twins, she plans to put the 6-year-olds to bed early and spend a quiet night studying. The SATs are tomorrow. And checking the Native American/Alaskan Native box on all the forms won't help if she chokes on test day. But tomorrow is also Halloween, and the twins are eager to show off their costumes. The house is filled with mysterious noises and secrets that only the twins understand. Creepy twins! Echoes of horror that Charlotte gradually realizes took place 11 years ago. Soon Charlotte has to admit that every babysitter's worst nightmare has come true. They're not alone in the house. Yes! Okay, this is Halloween-y. Oh man. Of course, y'all know, look out for this in a future vlog. I must read this on a vlog. This is so cool. A saga double. I'm very excited to have this book. Those were the books that I got from Second Flight Books. Then I skedaddled on over to my sister-in-law's house where I shopped her shelves. I left 2 books behind, but when I send these ones back, I'm gonna request those 2 books be sent to me. The shelves were full, the shelves were diverse, the shelves were great. But I had to narrow it down. I couldn't be coming home with too many books, so I got 2 books from her house. Never Let Me Go by Kaiju Ishiguro. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. This has been on my TBR for a very long time. I don't remember what it's about, so let's find out. Ooh, a gothic tour de force, period. As children, Kathy, Ruth, and Tommy were students at Hailsham, an exclusive boarding school secluded in the English countryside. It was a place of mercurial cliques and mysterious rules, and teachers were constantly reminding their charges of how special they were. Now, years later, Kathy is a young woman. Ruth and Tommy have re-entered her life, and for the first time, she is beginning to look back at their shared past and understand just what it is that makes them so special, and how that gift will shape the rest of their time together. Suspenseful, moving, beautiful, atmospheric. Never Let Me Go is another classic by the authors of Remains of the Day. Yep. And this one, I've never seen this one, but of course, the title caught my eye. The Serial Killer's Wife? Beth and Tom Hardcastle are the envy of their neighborhood. They have the perfect marriage, the perfect house, the perfect family. When the police knock on their door one evening, Beth panics. What's she panicking for? Tom should be back from work by now. What if he's crashed his car? She fears the worst. But the worst is beyond imagining. As the interrogation begins, Beth will find herself questioning everything she believed about her husband. They're saying he's a monster, and they're saying she knew. Yeah, you know what? I think she's a serial killer. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I think she's the killer and she's setting up her husband. That's my prediction. That's my book haul. That's everything I got while I was in Indiana. Y'all, a great haul if I do say so myself. Also, my bookshelf. Y'all, I don't think that's gonna get built anytime soon. We're moving in like 2 months, so I don't know that it makes sense to put the bookshelf fully together. So it will look like that until we move. That's what that was. I did get a new bookshelf. My husband just hasn't secured it to the wall yet, so it does look quite messy back there, but it's just books and bookshelf paraphernalia. All right, it's just shelves and whatnot. It looks messy, but don't worry about it. I think that's it. So Now that I filmed this damn portion, I can finally get back to reading The Frozen River, because I was just gonna read it off camera and then come back to read Murder at Holly House. But this is appropriately themed. It's a thrilling, suspenseful, wintry book. So why don't I just read it for the vlog? Yeah, I'm excited about this one. There's another book that I read that reminded me a lot of Outlander. If you're interested, for my Outlander girls out there, Claire, let me show you the name of this book because I read it last year. Did I read the book in 2025 or 2024? I believe it's called What the Wind Knows by Amy Harmon. If that's right, y'all, that's crazy that I just guessed off the top of my head. I read that book a while ago. Y'all read it in 2023, December 2023, and it is called What the Wind Knows by Amy Harmon. Hey, I got that right. Great book. For my Outlander girls, Murder at Holly House is still an option. This is a TBD. I still really want to read this, but it's getting quite a bit a ways away from Christmas, and this looks particularly Christmassy, so that's why I might not read this one, but I still want to read it. One final update. In the last vlog, I mentioned that I was now going to Black Romance Book Fest. That has since changed. I am no longer going. I'm in the process of selling my ticket. I'm glad this opportunity has presented itself because, yeah, I didn't want to go. But I do know that if I were to go, that I would have had a good time. But if I have the option right now, which I do, to sell my ticket, I'm going to do that. That's the new update on that. I'll just be able to breathe a little bit better once the ticket is actually sold. We're just kind of waiting on the people to buy the ticket. And then once they do that, I want to cancel that hotel and collect my coins. That is like $500 back in my pocket. Praise be. So now that all the updates are out of the way, I'm ready to read. Let's get to it. Before I settle in and get cozy, I do want to show off my sweatshirt. I like my Presents paperback. My girl Kate made this. When she does another drop, be on the lookout. I'll put her channel and information in the description box. Y'all, it's so soft and cozy and it's so cute. I got an extra large. I wanted it to be oversized. Y'all, it's so soft and comfy. Kate, you did that, girl. Yeah, she did it. She ate it right on up. She also has other merch and stuff, so check out her shop, y'all. Let's get cozy. First, I want a cup of tea. While my tea is steeping, let's talk about the books I read during my holiday. My 2025 wrapped up. I read 74 books last year. I'm pretty proud. My goal was 60, so I exceeded. For the past 2 years, I've read at least 70 books, so I set my goal for 70 this year. Why do I feel like, even though I've done it for the past years, for some reason setting that as my goal, I'm like, can I do it? I don't care too much about the goals, but I do, well, it is nice to hit them. But anyway, it's not that big of a deal. Who cares, right? Who cares? I read He Sees You When You're Sleeping, the Naughty or Nice Santa Claus dark romance. 3 stars. It was very okay. It was kind of boring at points. Just very okay. Very good, decent, enjoyable holiday dark romance. We read The Winter People, We Used to Live Here. I also read The Perfect Gift, a Christmas cuckold novella by Cleo Evans. I've read 2 other books by Cleo Evans. I actually have their whole series of Not So Kind Regards. I've read 2 out of the 5, I think. I like their smut. Great smut. The Perfect Gift was straight smut. Straight up. I had a good time with that. I gave that 4 stars. If you don't read that kind of stuff, don't read that book. You have to know what you're going into reading Cleo Evans books. So if that's your vibe, you're gonna like that. And that was real cool to me. Is that it? Oh, those are the books that I've read since I've last left you. I'm 34% through Stalking Christmas, a dark holiday stalker romance. A.L. Muruga. A.L. Muruga. Oh my gosh, girl, read the words. Read the words. I guess I would say right now it's kind of right on par with He Sees You When You're Sleeping. I might like this one a slight bit better, just a tad bit better. I don't know yet. Only 34% in, so we'll see. Let me grab my tea and let me get the dough. A piping hot cup. Raspberry leaf, I'm trying to induce my period, and peppermint green tea mixed together. Yeah, I'm just ready. Come on already. Let's get it done and get it out of the way. Oh, it smells so good. All right, let me take a sip. Let me take a sip. Being sick was not the vibe, especially you're out of town. It's Christmas. There were so many things that we didn't get to do because it wasn't just us that were sick. The nephews were sick. Then my sister-in-law and her husband got sick. Then my husband got sick. Then I got sick. Then grandpa got sick. Like, y'all, we was all laid up. Yes. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, I want my period to hurry up. It's like, while I'm getting over this sickness, let's go ahead and roll right into a period. Let's knock everything out. I feel like I haven't officially started my new year because I've been so sick, and Ooh, child. Anyway, let's get into this. I do have this on Kindle through Libby, but I'm going to read a couple of chapters on the physical real quick. Okay, this is a work of fiction. Names, character, places, and incidents either are the product of the author's imagination or are used fictitiously. I didn't read that the first time. Also, there's a little map. Y'all, we get a little map of the river town. Hallowell, Maine. I do love a map. I do. These people are quite close together. The body floats downstream. It's late November and the Kennebec River is starting to freeze. Large chunks of ice swirling and tumbling through the water, collecting in mounds while clear, cold fingers of ice stretch out from either bank, reaching into the current, grabbing hold of all that passes by. Already weighted down by soaked clothing and heavy leather boots, the dead man bobs in the ebbing current, unseeing eyes staring at the waning crescent moon. When Sam went under the ice, he saw a body, a man, dead and frozen. We cut him from the ice, me and Amos and a few others. That's why we're headed to the tavern. Amos insisted that you see the body first before anyone else. Said you would have a particular interest. Who did you cut from the river? It's hard to say, meaning you don't want to say, meaning that I can't. There's been a good bit of injury, particularly to his face, I mean. What did they do to this man? What happened?
Tomorrow.
Hi, it's the next day. Reading update. I'm eating this book up. I read up to 30% last night. Okay, I've read this much. I'm on page 121, y'all. Yeah, I think I was at 4% yesterday when I told y'all I was starting this book, and this is the book that we're going to be reading. We're at 30% now. To me, that's really good. That's an indication that I am eating this book up. And I am. Martha Ballard, that's my girl. They better quit playing with Martha. This is what I like about this book. Small town, so of course there's a lot of gossip. Everybody's gossiping about everyone. There's troublemakers coming into town trying to run shit that they don't run. Trying to question Martha's abilities. Don't do that. She is a professional woman. She's a doctor. So now they got some Harvard man coming in here trying to tell her how to birth babies. She know how to birth the babies? Child, so they're trying her. And now Martha is the only person that can testify for this woman that accused these two men of rape. One of the men that raped her was the one that was found dead in the river. And Martha is the only person that is on this lady's side that is set to testify for her coming up, right? Now, this is back in the day, so a woman can't testify unless her husband is present. So what do? They send her husband away on a, you know, when they leave, they be gone for weeks back in those days. So they sent her husband away, and he's like, I'll be back in time, y'all. I'm scared. Because what if he doesn't come back? If her husband doesn't come back, I will cry. Because they are really in love. This is red. Their love is real, and people are hating, and they don't want to see people in love, and they don't want to see her stand up for this lady. That's one issue. And then, of course, we have the issue with the dead man. They're trying to say that her assessment of him, like the way she said he died, they're saying that's not how he died. They're trying to cover something up. That's all that's about. And then you have these ladies going around in the town talking trash on a young girl that had a baby out of wedlock. They was gossiping, but hold on, because Martha put them right in her place. I'm glad Martha is here. I would like to think that I would be the Martha if I was back in those days, but then again, I would probably just be a slave. But I would like to think that I would be standing up for others or speaking my mind like Martha is, to the best of my ability, because I would probably just be a slave.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine, and you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Let me read some highlights. They were at the corner store, you know, she's looking for linens and stuff, she's sewing or whatever. On top of them talking trash about the girl that had the baby out of wedlock, they're also talking trash on somebody else in the town. Somebody else that got married, by the way. Now, they got married quickly. The ladies are gossiping, thinking that it's to cover up her pregnancy. Now, this is where Martha steps in. Because she said, y'all not gonna gossip about my little friend. The guy that they're gossiping about was the other guy that they pulled off the river who saw the dead man. He went to Martha's house to recover because, of course, she's a doctor, right? So he was set to marry some lady named May. So here's a little gossiping hens in the store, and Martha is listening to this conversation. Did you hear about Sam Daywin? He and May were married in He and May were married in Henry Seawall's living room on Sunday. They went to the housekeeping immediately. Her mother is furious. Doesn't it seem odd? They only posted their notice of intent 6 weeks ago. I heard they made quite a public show of affection. My husband saw Sam kissing May right on the street. Mind you, they're married. This last word is said with such an air of scandal that she may as well imply they ran naked through the street after church, period. And then here's one of the ladies. May is pregnant. Why else would they marry so quickly? Now, here is where Martha came in. She said, I think's not. She said, perhaps they married quickly because they were in love. Or because Sam nearly died a couple of weeks ago, and that certainly makes a man think there's no time to waste. Now, here she go. She said, there's nothing wrong with a man wanting to share his bed with his wife right from the start. What's wrong, however, is gossiping about your neighbors in such a cruel way. And not just about Sam, a good man by anyone's standard, but Sarah, that is rich, even for the likes of you three. Now, here she goes. She's finna eat them up. She said, as I recall, twisted the knife, you delivered your first child 4 months after your wedding, Peggy. It was 6 months for you, Rachel. I look to Clarissa Stone and shake my head. But you're the one who should be most ashamed of your pious outrage. It took a year and a bitter paternity suit before Paul would make an honest woman out of you. Oh, she's eating them up. Don't be gossiping about this little girl over here. Am I yelling when I'm getting a package delivered? Can they hear me? Not one of you have the right to speak. And if you had any lick of integrity, you would go apologize to Sarah this instant. They didn't apologize. Well, one lady said it kind of a little bit. But yeah, Martha is that girl. Nothing gets by on Martha. Don't be trying people. Oh, I'm so worried for everybody. I'm worried for Martha because I'm scared her husband isn't coming back. I'm worried for Rachel, the girl that got raped, because if her husband doesn't come back, then Martha can't testify. Oh, y'all, there's also so much else going on. I don't want to give too much away, but this is what I need. This is what I like. My body is yearning for this. This is my type of stuff right here. I do, in fact, love a good, messy historical fiction. I love the absurdity of it all, and the rules, and all that kind of stuff. I don't know why I like it so much, but yeah. This is good. So I'm about to do a little bit more reading. I have a little bit of time to do that, so I definitely want to get on that. I'm also reading with my buddy Kennedy. We're reading Under Your Scars. It's on KU, so I'm reading it on my Kindle. I had another mutual talk about this book a while back, and I had it on my TBR for quite some time. Kennedy and I decided to start reading it the other day. We are 14% in. I'm eating this up as well. Is this like a cheesy, very predictable dark romance? Yeah, but it's also kind of a little bit funny. I don't know if it's supposed to be funny, though. But it's funny to me. Like, I'm enjoying it. Under Your Scars, I like this vibe. This is the dark romance vibe I do like. My bad, y'all. A rally just started in my zombie game and I have to participate. Sorry, hold. The timing is just terrible. I play State of Survival. I've been playing this for a few years now. I keep saying I'm going to stop playing this game, but I don't. Something about it. I don't know. Maybe because I've invested so much. I have so many resources gathered. I have so many resources gathered. My settlement is pretty established, and for some reason I don't want to stop playing the game. I can't stop. Anyway, that was a tangent nobody needed to know. It's giving like 50 Shades of Grey kind of, but with a stalker involved. I don't know. I like it. It's really good. Well, no, it's not really good, but I like it. Ariel Anderson. Under Your Scars by Ariel Anderson. So of course the classic line appeared last night when I was reading it.
Who did this to you?
Who did this to you? I had to put that in my Instagram story. If you're not following me on Instagram, please do. I am somewhat active, especially in my stories. My mutual said, I wish I could reread this for the first time. Nothing prepared me for the ending. So I'm like, what's gonna happen in the end? And I do know that there's another book in this series. I think this is a duology. I'm supposed to be reading right now instead of yapping, but I can't. I gotta update y'all on what's going on. Book 1 of 2 in Under Your Scars. Girl, if this turns out good, you're going to be seeing me. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm procrastinating. Let's read. Oh, damn. What? I'm suspicious of this person. Because where he been at? I hope I see justice in this book. I want to see justice, revenge. Because this man is pissing me off. There's a lot of men in this book that are pissing me off, actually. You know what? You know what?
Later that same evening.
I'm on my phone tonight. I'm in Tampa meeting up with Sharonda. We're going to Silent Book Club at the brewery. Okay, let's talk about the book because I'm hella early. It starts at 6:30 and it's 6 o'clock right now. I am 54% through the book. The book is so good. This is exactly what I want to read. It's not really thriller or anything like that. It's more so mystery whodunit, which is perfect because I think that's what Murder at Holly House was going to be anyway. I am so glad I went with this one. Y'all, I'm eating this book up. Right now, this is looking like 5 stars. So I might readjust my car because I parked crooked only because the person next to me is parking crooked and people looking at me funny, but it wasn't me. Oh, there's Sharonda right there. Hey girl, I was just talking to the vlog. Hey vlog! All right, she's here, so I'm gonna go inside. The reading hour is over. I read a little over 10%. I think I was like at 54% when I started. I'm at 65% now. Now we're just gonna chill for a little bit. This is like the social hour. We never really get social. We just talk to each other. They also have a little bookstore out here, y'all. Look how cute this is. She's putting you to work. Look at how cute. There's a alligator. I did end up getting a book. This book was only $10. I'm back home. It is 10 p.m. I was actually able to listen to a bit of it on the drive home because it was like a 40-minute drive. I don't know if y'all saw that, but it was literally just as I was about to talk, the damn light died. I'm at the 70% mark now. I do plan to read a little bit more before bed. We're definitely going to finish this tomorrow. We have to. We must wrap up this vlog. It's been too long. So that's the update on the Frozen River. Loving it. So good. This is feeling like 5 stars right now. We just have to see how this ends and who killed this. I have no clue. I don't have any guesses. Of course, there's one obvious person, but I don't think it's going to be the obvious person. But we're going to find out tomorrow. Again, this is the book I bought today. It is Dracula, Frankenstein, and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in one book. Look at this cover. And I supported a local bookstore. Like, please, I had to do it. It's a store called Bookends, and they will be opening up their brick and mortar. That was the little pop-up shop that y'all saw. They will be opening up their brick and mortar in Ybor City. He said end of February, early March is their expected opening date. And I almost bought Heated Rivalry, but somebody let me know. I know it's like 6 books, right? But do you have to read them in order? Because they didn't have the first one. They did have Heated Rivalry though. Somebody let me know if you have to read those in order. I'm getting hella FOMO by all the Heated Rivalry stuff going on. I want to watch the show, but I am a girl where I must read the book first. Speaking of, that's why I got this, because I want to watch Frankenstein with Jacob Elordi, but I can't until I read the book. That's gonna wrap it up for tonight. Tonight was so fun. The book club today was a lot busier than the last time we went. We didn't have any trouble getting a seat though, but almost. I had such a good time. So that was the night. Really good progress in the book. And yes, tomorrow we will be wrapping up this book and this vlog. With that being said, y'all have a good night and I will see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Hi. I had to stop myself earlier today from finishing the book because maybe I was eating it up. Last night, I made it to like the 80% mark and now I'm at the 88% mark. So y'all know the vibes. Let's get a better angle and then we're gonna finish this book together. So much has happened. I can't talk about any of it because it's all spoilers. But just know the murderer is being revealed and it is not who I thought it was. But in a way, it was kind of so obvious, but clearly not for me. It never is. I never know. Do any of you ever get a little bit sad when you're about to finish a book that you're absolutely eating up? Like, I'm getting sad. I don't want this to be over, but we do need to wrap this vlog up. I'm gonna do immersive with the audio. I wonder if my sister-in-law is like, where the hell is my book? I've had this book since spring 2025. I think she sent this to me in like March or April and I needed the seasons to align. Just this much is left. Here's the vibe. I just want to be here. Author's note, do I want to read this? Nah, I don't think so. Let me peruse. Nah, you know, I'm gonna listen to that later. I'm gonna listen to that later. It's a little lengthy. Y'all, we're done. That was 5 stars. It was. That's 5 stars. What a satisfying way to end off this vlog. That was really good. If you haven't read this book and you like historical fiction, a little bit of a murder mystery, I highly recommend that book though. While this was supposed to be just a week of reading, y'all know the struggles that I had. So this did take longer than a week. We are into 2026, but that is okay. I had so much fun reading all of these books. All of them were bangers. Let me think about my ratings. Definitely Frozen River gets 5 stars. The Winter People, 4 stars. We Used to Live Here, 4 stars. What can I say? I am a thriller girl through and through. All of these books very much pleased me. They were very good and they were exactly what I needed after reading a week of holiday romances. I needed what I would consider a palate cleanser, okay? I needed to cleanse my palate and read what I love, my heart and my soul, which is scary, spooky things. I wrote a little poem for y'all. Roses are red, chapters are too. Hit subscribe now. I've got more book reviews and videos for you. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.